Morning all, got another game of ITSL today. We're playing Marei88. We are Russia. Cool, let's get going. Not a bad opening hand because we can pitch Middle East scoring to 5-year plan if we need to. Um, uh, so, we'll wait for the opponent to arrive and open 4-4-1. We'll put the 1 in Yugoslavia since we have independent Reds. I mean, NATO's great. We will try and coup and score Middle East scoring in Asia, and then we could always space marshal and hold 5-year plan through the turn in case we need to do something about Europe. But yeah, I mean, Arab-Israeli war is probably the headline if we want to push on the Middle East as well. So yeah, I'm not at all, considering I've got 2 scoring cards, I'm not super upset about my opening hand. Marshal, NATO, 5-year plan, and D-style is fabulous. All right. All right. So assuming a 440 opening, we'll just hit Iran up. Yep. We'll go Arab-Israeli war. Okay. He must have a terrible hand. Man, with 3 in Romania, it's almost worth cooing Italy, but we've got de Gaulle through the turn if we space 5-year plan, so let's stick with the plan we had. Well, now, of course, we might get neither. Man, they must have had a lousy opening hand. That does give us ops to D-style. It does beg the question what to do in Europe. I mean, the thing is, if they counter-coup Iran, we kind of have to coup with Marshall Plan, which is disgusting. Which means we either hold 5-year plan or de Gaulle through the turn to try and sort France, Europe out generally. Neither of those seem appealing, but we also lack the ops if they do coup Iran to counter-coup and make sure we score Middle East safely. So it's a little annoying on both counts. I don't think I've played this person before either. No. Man. 1,000 games and we've never met. ITSL's a growing thing. Okay. I haven't strayed too far from their keyboard. Excuse me. Still recovering in both spirit and ITSL. One more week of work, and then I've got a nice 2-week holiday stretch. So hopefully we'll get a bunch of games in while they're away from their keyboard. Let me regale you with my upcoming schedule. Tomorrow, for those in the Cambridgeshire area, I'm off to Peterborough to play Wisebar. So if you fancy a trip to a pub, you could always DM me. It's very, very niche Twilight Struggle content for the East Anglian crowd. Meanwhile, other games coming up in the near future. So we have got on Wednesday, 18th of December, at factoring in the delay, this is when you'll be able to join Twitch. 6:15 UTC in the evening. I'm playing Bidart. And then on Sunday, the 22nd December at 6:45 p.m. UK time, I am playing Strix85, who I played in Ritzel earlier this year, and I get to play again in ITSL. So those two games are very much on the slate. And the remainder are to be set up. So, I'm just going to hop onto my email and make sure that they've not been struck by lightning, hit by a cow. No, we'll just have to wait for them to come back. We'll just have to sit on our hands. Never a greater opportunity for me to make a cup of tea, though, so I might as well multitask and fill dead air. What should we talk about? Let's talk about how things have been going. I was pretty lucky, as I always was, to beat Z recently. That was good. Happens once in a blue moon, but I'll take it. The games early this week. Aina Pliskin was a good close game. I think, I definitely frigged the turn 9 headline. I should have headlined Glasnost, which might have put me in a position to win with War Games, but it might not. And if I don't win with War Games, I still lose anyway, just not to Defcon, because in turn 10 I get rolled over. So, there was another possibility in that game, which I guess I strangled at birth, which is a shame. But that, that's life. Can live with it. Looks like Oppo's back. The other game against Mighty Euro was just completely bonkers. I was at sea with the high Defcon in the early turns. I was unable to do the Europe control thing after getting Aldrich taking away tear down this wall, but I still went for it and failed. So yeah, that was just all uniquely unsatisfactory. So I think we use de Gaulle and do that. And try and so that means that we are now holding 5-year plan because we're not going to be able to sort France out unless of course we use D-style to get into France, which is interesting. So I mean if they respond here by going to Egypt, we get the last coup. Which they don't. So then maybe just go to Lebanon? Wow, throwing away their own 3-op cards. Yeah, so we'll draw Middle East scoring for domination. We will space Marshall plan. It's a shame to give up so many ops, but we don't want to consolidate the problem, as it were. Okay, if they're dropping DEFCON, which they are, wow, okay, successfully. We will definitely D-style. We'll go Thailand, Angola, Algeria, and Venezuela. Yeah. At this point, we might use the China card because we're holding 5-year plan. The duck and cover CIA thing doesn't. Well, even better. Wowza. Okay. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they need a 3-op card. Yeah. Let's do that in anticipation of anything but a 3-op card giving us Asia domination. And if we're lucky, we can duck and cover into France next turn. Even a 4-op card tapping Thailand doesn't stop us here, so they literally need a 3-op card and to play into exactly Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines, which they can't do. So that's an alright turn for us. Wow. Off to the races, but giving up the China card in doing so. And if we're lucky, they'll forget about France. Where did that go? Oh, Colombia, very nice. Defectors is not gone, is it? So there's a 50-50 chance they are holding it. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Other one is Decal. I think we, I think we go Decal, right? It's a real bummer when it's defected, but they could purge us, they could duck and cover, they could contain, they could capture Nazi, they could ditch Europe scoring for 0. So there's lots of other things they could do. Vietnam Revolts just isn't that attractive with the layout of the board, and that's really our only other headline. I mean, Olympic Games is just bland, right? On the other hand, bland stuff getting defected never hurts. So yeah, let's do Olympic Games, because we know we want to event Decol. Of course, if they had played Duck and Cover, I would have died then. Wow, it's all going against him. Right, let's offer them the coup. Now we've got Milops in exchange for France. Okay, so that's the inevitable result. Now, without Independent Reds and Truman Doctrine, I think we'll just shore up. And we're going to give them Marshall Plan, but take France. Not going to be overtly greedy in Europe. And yes, he saw what I did too late. So we'll event decall. US Japan will use to take Korea. And the rest we can use for ops. Good. Okay, I mean, that's fine. We're not going for domination. That's fine for us. We'll just Ramajama. Put one in Finland. Put one in Czechoslovakia. It's fine. We've got ops, so if he jams any of our 3-stab battlegrounds with the China card, we can respond. And if they duck and cover, we've got Milops with Colombia as a coup target. So we'll use Suez to overprotect France and South North Korea against the China card. But with Pakistan as well, we're all right for battlegrounds in Pakistan. I mean, what we'd love is if they've got Europe scoring this turn, and then we'd love to get a card we dominate in turn 3 and try and win nice and quickly, get the game in the history books. Especially as I faded. That's very sensible. And it fails, which is very unfortunate for them. So now we'll use Suez to overprotect our underprotected battlegrounds. We have to space 5-year plan, actually, because... Oh, great. We're not looking to punt a card, and we don't want to get stung with CIA. So let's space 5-year plan, which also fails. That's a shame. And then we'll finish with Decol, because we definitely want to put it in the deck, don't we? Algeria, Nigeria. Ooh, nice. And one in Thailand, yeah? Ooh. Let's run the risk of them not having... Because NASA's still in the deck, isn't it? Yeah. So, like, if they play into Libya here, they dominate the Middle East before the reshuffle, but... Fidel's gone. Yeah, NASA, Cambridge 5, Purge, UN, Nazi. UN's gone, so that's probably just to clean up, yeah. Alright, sadly we didn't get anything in the reshuffle. We did get NASA. They got defectors, though. And duck and cover. And captured Nazi. So, if we got Formosa, they got independent Reds. We got containment, which we can finish with. They got Cambridge 5. So I think duck and cover defectors captured Nazi are all fine headlines for them. Doctrine, Olympic Games. So we will headline NASA, and if they defect it, we coup Egypt. And they duck and cover. So we can now take the Middle East. Let's dominate both and make them work for it. And we'll space Formosa before they get a chance to capture Nazi. An AR6, we can coup Colombia for Milops. So they take Egypt? Okay. That's good for us. That's really good for us. Let's do that. If they roll a 6, then absolute kudos. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, yeah. Do we want a space or not is the question. 1, 2, 3. I think, yeah. We don't want to run the risk of them doing Indo-Pakistani war, flipping. Yeah, let's just get Formosa away. It was worth a try for a VP. Alas. That would have been really good for us, of course, because they've now found a way of avoiding those mill ops. So now Truman Doctrine, event first. And now we'll go 1 South Africa, and then we can go Olympic Games to fill South Africa if they don't respond and try and realign Angola. Although we don't really want to realign Angola this turn. But Asia and the Middle East are fine. We need just some sympathetic scoring card timing would be fine. South Africa? No. Oh, interesting. They invent NORAD. So they've got Defectors, Cambridge 5, and one other card. Okay. Well, we'll have a coup, because if they want to realign South Africa, we get 2 mill ops. And I'm okay with that outcome. Well, we are like wide open to Voice of America, aren't we? Ooh, and how? Okay. No scoring cards in the reshuffle at all, but we did get Hunter, which is fine. And Hunter is eminently playable here. And it is the best by far. Ooh, they've got Defectors. How I learned. U2, special relationship, Brezhnev, Junta, Suez, one small step. And ask not. So we know they're holding Defectors, and they know we know they're holding Defectors. So, given our lower ops, is Brezhnev a better headline? Because we can then Hunter into AR1. Yes, okay. Like, shame about Brezhnev, but now we can Hunter. Let's go to Mexico coup Panama. Wow. Space ask not to one small step, since NATO's not active. That was ludicrous. That makes a lot of sense. Miss. Oof. Bad for them. Alright. We will use you two to coup Colombia to make sure they can't arms race for 3 VP. And that is the reddest. That makes a lot of sense. We will just have a milk toast counter coup with Vietnam revolts. This is absolutely to get them bogged down and also to make sure they don't arms race. Now they can't arms race, we can probably do other stuff, but like there's an imperative there. What I'd like to do is space us not succeed in event one small step to get VP swing. But this is, to some extent, this is fun and fine, and they're not doing other stuff on the game board, so I'll keep it up as long as, oh, well. And that ends that gambit. Yep, got to fade the 6. Okay, jolly good. So space us not. Excellent. And now if they don't immediately space, we go one small step. So they failed 2 wars this turn. That's lucky for us. And we'd like them to miss space here. Okay, great. Okay, so they're going South America. South Africa, sorry. Alright, well, we will event one small step for the Veeps. And then we'll worry about these guys. Yep. We're going to use special relationship because France is fine for now. And do we do that? No, we'll go one Venezuela, protecting against Panama Canal returned and the risk of Voice of America. But we're really looking for scoring cards before they have a chance to destabilize. We're in pretty good shape across the board. The old one summit, and it worked. Nice job. Liberation Theology puts us straight back in there. OPEC is worth 5 VP. So I think we go Liberation Theology. Yeah. Missile MV, they get Muslim Rev. So they can have a nice big coup for free. That's a shame. So we can't use arms race for ops. Emit salt. Brazil seems likely here. Okay. Let's do some dominating. Make them decide. Salted OPEC. Salt, bear trap, arms race, OPEC, kitchen debates is the way. Didn't see I had salt as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Emit, bear trap, arms race, kitchen debates, OPEC. Yeah. OPEC, salt. mean, if we salt OPEC, they don't have a way to get VPs that quickly, right? All right, so we'll immediately repair. That's fine. But yeah, I like salt OPEC here, if we can get it. Put the game to bed. As long as they don't flip Africa for domination this turn, we have time to salt OPEC and drop OPEC, especially as we're holding Bear Trap. Unless they grain sales us and get Bear Trap, but then they would have headline grain sales over Missile Envy, so yeah. Oof. Not bad. 13 to 18. Oh man, that does it as well. Nevertheless, we now want to salt OPEC because we will also get a chance to do coups. If they have Africa scoring, well done them. And if they don't, we win anyway. Do you have it? Oh, they do. Man, the scoring card timing has been very generous to them, I have to say. I'll try not to be too chippy about it. Okay, so we use How I Learned to drop DEFCON back to 2. Because we don't want to lose our grip on Central America and South America. So OPEC for 5 VP. Because we don't have time to fill Saudi and Gulf states. And then try and get one of our scoring cards before they turn another venue round. Well, it's pretty good sequencing by them. Can't argue. Can't knock it. Oh, got rid of Lone Gunman. So yeah, we'll drop OPEC. AR7, we'll put one more in Cuba. And that way, Cuba, South America, Middle East, and Asia all win in the headline. And Southeast Asia doesn't. But yeah, we're getting there. Although we do also want to space emit, don't we? We do not want... And headline peaking might not be so bad. Okay, it's a bit late for that, but that's fine. Let's space emit. Excellent. Headline peaking might be very useful here. So there are 6 scoring cards in the deck, and all of them work in our favour. Africa was the only one after VOA that didn't. So let's see if we can catch a break. Which makes it sound like I've not caught any breaks this game, which is a lie. Let's see if we can catch one final break after a long succession of breaks. I mean, that's pretty good. Yeah, okay. We're all right here, I think. We're all right. Barring anything else, with the headline peaking, we can drop Central for 1 and Europe for 1, unless they do an ABM thing and completely blow us out of the water. Or Willy Brandt and then Europe. So we have multiple gambits to victory here, and they have lost duck and cover, so there's no way for them to score multiple VPs quickly. Yeah, okay, so ABM can't target Europe, but it can do operations points. So we'll go Willy Brandt. They coup somewhere or use ops, and they can't break both France and Mexico, and we win. So, phew, the Africa thing rattled me a little. We'll go Europe, because Europe is magnificent. Well, that's the end of that chapter. Thanks for swinging by on a Saturday morning. I will see you again on Wednesday when I play Bid Art. Well, I'm up to the market. I'll see you later. Thanks a lot, and bye for now.